Hello everyone, we were discussing topic anthropological theories. So till now we have discussed classical evolutionism, historical particularism, diffusionism, functionalism, structure functionalism, and today we will discuss about structuralism and two famous thinkers Levi-Strauss and Edmund Leach. So before starting our lecture, I will request you to like, share and subscribe to Ask IAS so that we will have continuous motivation to continue this series. Now, what is structuralism? This is an approach which aims to isolate, decode, as well as understand deep structures of meaning. And these structures are found in systems of science that are using in human behavior. For example, language, ritual, dress, and so on. So simply you can understand that structuralism is an approach in which we understand the meaning of structures. And these complex structures are found in our human behavior, and some of the important cultural traits like language, ritual, dress, these structures are found in these cultural aspects as well. According to structuralism, mind function on binary opposite. That means whenever anything will come in our mind, then we will recognize it into two forms, either positive or either negative, either day or night, either it is mine or it is of others. These are the binary opposition that a mind have. Now these binary opposites differ from society to society, and they are defined in a particular culture. It means that although concept of binary opposition is universal in nature, it is applicable for every society, but which kinds of binary opposites that an individual will follow or that an individual will have in his mind, that is depends on society to society, because it is dependent on culture, and different cultures will have different binary opposites, and these binary opposites that are logical to its members. For example, if someone is from Western society, then it is likely that they will focus on day or night concept. But if it's someone from tribal societies or other simple societies, then they will focus more on concept of myths or rituals, because they have more closeness with social aspects or social life. Now these binary opposites, you can consider them good or bad. For example, when you are wearing shoes, they are good when you wear them outside, but when you wear them inside home, and especially during dining table, you have kept your legs on table with shoes, then this is considered as bad. But this is good or bad, only two options are there, and there is not intermediate option. So this was mentioned by structuralist. And role of anthropologists is to understand these rules, how these binary opposites are determined. Because if you understand how these rules are determined by brain, then you will able to understand the cultural aspects, because these binary opposites are dependent on culture. Now these social structures, according to Strauss, they reflect cognitive structures. Cognitive structure, that is our pattern of our behavior, how our mind thinks. These are included under cognitive structure. So if you understand these social structures, these binary opposites, then you will understand their culture pattern. Now first thinker is Levi-Strauss. Now we will discuss some points about him that are related to his structuralist approach, and some points which are generalized in nature but is related with him. Now he has begun his career with law and philosophy, and he has later went to Brazil with his wife, and his wife has some work for ethnography. So now you will find some interesting story that his wife was injured during ethnographic work, and he has to do his wife's work. And this was experience of ethnography that led Strauss to work as an anthropologist. So you can learn a life lesson that your wife can bring a revolution in your life. we will discuss his points related to structuralism. As a founder of structuralist thought, Strauss believed that cultural facts are universal due to physical or structural factors. This is very well known that culture is universal for human being, and these culture facts are universal. Now, on binary opposites, he has mentioned that all human cultures tend to divide larger concepts into smaller concepts that are binary and as well as opposites, and for example left and right, black and white, hot and cold. These are some of the examples according to Strauss, and he has left his legacy to understand others, for example Edmund Leach, to work on his concept, that is structuralism. So till now we have discussed some points about his life, that firstly how he has become an anthropologist, then his structuralism concept and his view that all humans have culture and this is a universal concept. Also he has given some examples on binary opposites. Now we will discuss his approach specifically on structuralism. He has mentioned that it is universally found out that human thought has influence on cultural phenomena. That means cultural phenomena are determined by our brain pattern. What we think, that will decide what we will do, and what we will do is usually termed under culture. Now he has mentioned that there is a link between societal norms and mind's thought, and this is so deeply ingrained that our societal norms will decide what we should do now, and what we will do will decide what are the cultural traits will exist in our culture or society. So these are so deeply ingrained, and he has also mentioned about new concept, that is psychic unity of mankind. Although we have discussed this concept earlier, but here he has utilized this concept to show that all human beings, whether they are of primitive society, simple society or of western society, they all have some rational thinking, they all organize social structure. So he has mentioned that human species, despite of differences, share the same psychological makeup. So he has shown that whether western world or whether simple society, all have rational brain, and you can't classify them as a superior or inferior. And he has mentioned about his idea of binary opposition, and some of the examples are life versus death, culture versus nature, or self versus other. Culture versus nature shows that whether you have something innate, that is you have born with some qualities or culture, or you have acquired those qualities from culture. You will discuss this concept later. Now he has mentioned that there is a binary opposition, and if you consider one part of a binary opposition from a pair, then you will find that another part, that is x and y. Here y is dependent on x, so there is a unity of opposites. For example, if you have described someone as day and someone as night, then night is dependent on day. That means these are relative terms, and there is always a unity of these opposites. Now we will discuss some concepts which are he utilized to explain structuralism. For example, structuralism in language. According to him, in language there is a universality is found. That means in terms of structure. Structure means in every language there will be some grammars, there will be some basic words. So these are structure, and this structure is found in every language. And there is also a common base. From that base, different societies will make some permutation and combination and then create different complex sounds, and this led to development of different languages. So he has mentioned that there is a common base for every language, that is some grammar rules, some common structures, and after that different culture has applied their operation to make every language unique to particular culture. Now structuralism in kinship. According to him, when we discuss kinship pattern between different societies, then both principle of structuralism, that is binary opposites and universality, can be found. Universality means here you will find that incest taboo is followed in every society. There may be different patterns of deciding incest taboo, but you will find incest taboo universally. Now, what is incest taboo? It shows that there are rules to prohibit mating as well as marriage between close blood relations. For example, father and daughter, mother and son. So these are examples of incest taboo. Now, he has also shown that there is a binary opposites is found, that is every human brain will decide someone as kin and someone as non-kin categories. For example, if he has explained that if you see an opposite sex person, then your brain will decide it is under kin group or it is under non-kin group. That is, you will decide him either in sister or brother relation or either in other relation. You can understand that. Now, there are different rules according to culture to decide marriage pattern. For example, matrilineal cross cousin marriages, patrilineal cross cousin marriages, and these rules will decide that you will follow incest taboo for closer one or not. So there is a presence of incest taboo universally. Secondly, there is a binary structure in form of kin or non-kin categories. Now, a definition of myth. According to Levi, myths are decided according to binary opposites. What is a myth? Myth are some stories that you have heard from a long period of time, and it is not necessary that myths are real. They are some folklores and they are not real in life. Now, according to Levi, these myths also show binary opposites. For example, if you see a village of Maharashtra, there is a myth that Ravana is good and Rama is bad. And clearly you can understand that this is a myth that is binary opposite of our mainstream Ramayana story, whereas Rama is good and Ravana is bad. So he has shown that how binary opposites are dependent on it and how human brain utilize an earlier myth to make a newer myth. Now, his another concept was primitive thinking and civilized mind. From this concept, Levi has shown that primitive mind is logical in nature and there is no difference between thinking abilities of primitive people as well as of so-called civilized person. So he has tried to counter racism concept on basis of his argument on the basis of psychic unity of mankind. His famous works, firstly, elementary structure of kinship. Here Strauss has shown that marriage rules are organized according to the principles of reciprocity and exchange that we will understand whenever we study kinship and marriage chapters. But here he has shown that if there is a society A and B, then some person of A will give his girl to B, then later person of B society also give girl to A. So these are reciprocity or exchange system to maintain continuity of society, and these are the elementary structure. This is a direct relationship or direct exchange, and he has also shown that there can be indirect or delayed exchange. For example, if someone from A has given a girl to B, but B has given to C, not directly to A, and then C has given to A. So these concepts we will understand later, but you can now understand that he has shown from elementary structure of kinship that there is a reciprocity and exchange in marriage rules. Now, in his another work, that is totemism, he has shown that how individuals and different cultures make different names for totem, and these totem has role in conceptualization of social relationships and different groups, because when you give name to any plant or animal, that you will connect with your clan or some important family member or ancestor, and these names will help in maintaining your social relationships. And this was found from the study of tribes of central Brazil. When we will study concept of religion, then you will understand these concepts in detail. Here I am giving you summary in all different fields where Levi has applied his theory of structuralism. Now in his another work, that is Savage Mind, he has demonstrated that primitive society has a logical and argumentative thought. He has shown that psychic unity of mankind is applicable here, but this is not to show any superior or inferior concept, but to show equality among thinking behavior of different people. Now next is Edmund Leach. So this is last thinker here. Now we will study some points about his early life, that he has done his mechanical science and later he has done work with a trading firm in China. So he has noticed some different culture traits in China, and that experience has led to his study of anthropology. Now his different fieldwork including Ceylon, Burma, Kurdistan, etc. His famous book is Political Systems of Highland Burma, Study in Kachin Social Structure. So he has spent a lot of time in studying Burma people during World War, and he has used innovative method of studying political life here, because he has studied a large society instead of using small tribal society or a small simple society and giving generalization for other. Here he has used a long time period for studying a large society. And Levi has given more theoretical concepts, although he has used fieldwork to demonstrate those, but here Edmund Leach, who has more work on fieldwork, he has shown that how different binary opposites are found in Europe. He has demonstrated some examples. For example, self and others, we and they, culture and nature. These are some of the binary opposites that were studied by Edmund Leach. And his study of Highland Burma, he has found out two types of political organizations that also show binary structure. For example, Gumlao and Gumsa, where egalitarian and hierarchical modes of polity were found out. Egalitarian means everyone is treating equally. For example, if all have equal voting rights and all have equal access to political office, that is egalitarian, whereas hierarchical is where some people has right but others has don't have right. So this is known as hierarchical structure. So these are found. Now contribution of structuralist approach. Here focus is shifted on studying structure of society, which was not earlier. You can consider example of functionalism. They have focused on studying functions, but in structuralism we have studied structure of society, how different parts of a society has a role. Now, psychic unity of mankind, this concept used by Levi-Strauss to demonstrate that even primitive people has logical mind, they are not inferior from Western people, and this concept was used to counter racism. And his concept of psychic unity as well as focus on structure of mind, these has led to closeness between anthropology and psychology. So if different concepts are used in our discipline, that means our discipline become more holistic. Now criticism. What are the criticism? So firstly, historical context is ignored, because here studying historical past of different society is not done. Secondly, Levi-Strauss has given a good idea regarding how mental structure organize different traits into two, but this is a theoretical concept. How we can understand these concepts in our day-to-day life? So there is no scientific research that demonstrated that there is a structure of mind. Now there is no empirical evidences that is showing development of human brain and how we classify different objects into opposites. So these are some of the criticism. So that's all for today. We have completed structuralist theory also, and if you like our lectures, please like, share and subscribe to Ask IAS. That's all. Thank you so much.